Good afternoon, audience. Girl Up GMA is back with season 2, episode 1 of the Sheroes podcast. Every episode, we interview personalities who are involved in promoting women empowerment. And in today's episode, we work around the same theme in a different style, like we always do. Joining us today is gold medalist and national and international record holder in the Asian age group Commonwealth FINA World Swimming Championships, to name a few.
Hello.
Ashika, over to you.
So, we would like to know who Fariha Zaman was when she started out and what was the biggest factor behind becoming who you are today?
Well, I am actually very simple and straightforward from the very start and even now. And I started off with very good people around me. I was lucky enough to have people around me who supported me and guided me. For example, my mom, my coach, my friend circle. I've got a very good friend circle who always motivated me to go ahead. So right now, I can say that I was lucky enough to have the best people around me, and also what I am right now is the main factor will be the dedication and the motivation and the passion I have for my sport. Otherwise, I will not be Fariha Zaman.
Absolutely. We've seen all of whatever you have achieved in the past few years, and it really is commendable. So
Thank you.
we want to know how you first got into swimming and how did you realize that it was something that you would want to take as your profession and you want to take to a professional level.
Right. I actually was very young, and then we were watching some television. I think it was some Olympics only. I don't remember. It was on DD Sports. And when I saw that, I watched swimming there. And I was so fascinated with that sports. I don't know what happened to me. I was so fascinated. I was like, okay, I want to do this. I was really young, around 3.5, 4 years old, I think. So I started swimming on the land. I started going crazy around the house. I started moving my hands and till my mother stopped me. My mom is like, okay, wait, we'll take you to the pool tomorrow. It's not done in on land. You have to go to water and you have to swim. So I'll take you tomorrow. So when I started, it was like it was not so difficult for me. It was in me, I feel, and maybe the passion and the love for the sport made it easy for me. In a week's time, I learned all the strokes, and then people who were around me, they were like, I think she will do something in future. So that's how I started my sports, and it was very innocent. I think so many people now in sports, they will say the same, that they chose this sports in a very easy way. It came to them, the skill came to them in easy way. So we should always try something new, and if you're not feeling comfortable with one sport, you should try for the next one, like that. But thankfully I got my sport. I saw the event and I was so happy that it went off everything smoothly. And now, one after another, the obstacles were there, but it went. I ignored all the negativity around me and I moved ahead.
So, we now hear that your first actual fascination for the swimming sport came from the Olympics. So, did you have any particular person you were looking up to? Who was your biggest motivation?
Motivations, actually, you know what? It sounds a little emotional, but you know what? I had seen those sports person, not only in swimming, maybe in other sports. I've seen them going on the podium, and when they stand on the podium and they see their flag raising high and the national anthem, it's all over, you can hear your national anthem. That's when, you feel the goosebump. I saw that on TV and I was like, oh, one day, inshallah, one day I will also have uh, that national flag next to me and my name will be next to it. So that was the motivation for me. There's no one like an idol, I can say, but I have seen that and I just wanted my name next to the national flag. And I did it, and it feels the best feeling is that.
Of course, that sense of pride is something else. It's a different adrenaline rush. And of course, you
Right.
earned it. You earned it. And
Yes, you have to. Yeah, you have to. You have to try. You have to go for it. You have to have that aim. Otherwise, you will not reach to that level. It's pretty difficult.
absolutely. So, when we speak of sports, when we speak of competition, we know that it's not clean and it's not disciplined everywhere. So, how
Mhm.
did you deal with your share of politics and prejudice? Was there any, if you think of it, do you recall any situations, or were there any particular obstacles or hardships that you had to face as a woman, as a Muslim, as an Indian in the field of sports, while swimming?
Yeah, nobody promised, that life will be easy. If life was easy, everyone will be like an Olympian or, you know, Nobel Peace Award. Everybody will get Arjuna Award. So things will be there on your way. There will be ups and downs, a lot of thorns, and a lot of things will be on your way. Same thing. I also had gone through challenges, and there will be challenges. If you don't face the challenges, you'll not reach to that level. So for me, I can say political pressure, that's way ahead actually. Every day was a challenge for me. Not for me, I can say every sports person. You have to sacrifice a lot of things in life. You will not reach that level if you don't sacrifice. You have to I sacrificed my teenage. Sometimes I don't go for my birthday parties. I feel like, my best friend's birthdays, I can't go attend them. I have sacrificed weekend. So many things I have to go through. And about the politics, I can say maybe an incident I can tell you. Um, it was way back in 2007. Yeah, I went for a competition in SAF games. It was in Pakistan, Islamabad. There, I just watched Chak De. I don't know if you watched it, the movie. Chak De, and you know about the Kabir Singh thing, right? How he had to face and all that. So that was in my mind. I don't know. I went to Pakistan and I'm a Muslim, and maybe it was in my mind. And when I went there, I had to swim an event which I didn't train for. I was given that event on spot. They told me, you're going to go for 50-meter butterfly. And I am a backstroker. And I said, yes, I'll go for it. No problem. And then after that, I finished my heats and everything. I was on a lane 4. Lane 4 is the fastest swimmer. And finals, I go on the block and my costume behind strip and it opens. You know how difficult it'll be if there is water in your costume and you actually drag yourself to go ahead, right? That's not an excuse. That's what happened with me. And then I faced that issue. And what happened? The second swimmer was a Pakistani. And I lost that game, that event, and I came second. And I had to face a lot of comments on that. I don't know if it is called politics or what, but I suffered mentally, really, like, mentally I was suffered because everybody started looking up to me like, oh, Indian she is, and she gave the medal to Pakistani. There should be something, that, and that was the first medal for Pakistan. And it's still there on the Google. You can search. My face look really dull on all the pictures where I was standing on second place. That was one. But then the very next day when I got gold medal, everyone was shut. Everybody kept quiet and everybody was like happy. That's how, that's there in your life. It'll be there. This is one story I am telling you, um, one event what happened with me. I'm telling you. So that's normal. It's everywhere there'll be ups and downs, and everywhere you'll have to face something or other. But if you stop, you know now if this demotivates you, you'll not go ahead in life. That should be your um, you know you should learn from your mistake and you should go ahead in life. So from the very next time, I always check my costume before I enter the pool, if there's any issue, or maybe it could be done by somebody. You never know, but you have to be safe every time. You have to take care of yourself that way.
Of
This
course,
is one. And
a little mistake like that, being an Indian female swimmer, it should have been a lot of pressure on you in that situation.
correct. Yes, of course. And plus, I am a Muslim and Indian. There will be some. I started getting the image of Kabir Singh and all that. But, uh, everything went fine when I started performing the next time. And it went off. If you keep that in your mind, the negativity will, always pressure you and will not make you go ahead in life. And about girls, I think swimming is very open sports. So, if you are doing a good performance, it'll be on the board and you with your timing. And there won't be any kind of, because my family supported me throughout and everybody supported me. It's not like I'm a Muslim or I'm a girl. I'm not supposed to wear a swimming costume. It's not like that. They supported me. That's why I'm here right now.
So you mentioned that there were a lot of challenges, a lot of sacrifices that you had to make being a sportswoman. So what did you do to overcome the moments where you felt demotivated and felt like, okay, I can't do this anymore? How did you go about that mindset?
You know what? I went for another swim and I overcome the demotivational phase of my life. Like, what I mean is, when I'm demotivated, I just go for another swim. I jump in the water. My goggles will be full of tears, or maybe I'll be full stressed, or tired, or I'm demotivated. I'll tell myself, oh, it's not going to work out, or something that'll be in my mind. But when I'm swimming, I'll be telling, I'm the champion, I'm the champion, I'm the champion. And this brings me back, the Fariha Zaman comes back again, and we go for the next event, we go for the next focus, like that. It's a process, it's a process. Every sports person, every genius go through that phase. You will feel demotivated again. You have to boost yourself. You have to come back to that level. This was a secret for me, and it can help other swimmers also. If they get demotivated, they can just go for another swim.
So with this, we learn that the only happiness and the only motivation that you can ever find in life is within yourself, right?
Correct. It's you
Absolutely.
who can keep yourself happy. It's nobody else who can help you.
Absolutely. So my question to you is, are there any other hobbies and interests that you have aside of swimming?
Oh yeah, definitely. I have. I'm on the creative side, so I like doing painting, sketch, and anything that keep me busy. Mostly on the creative side. So you'll see a lot of canvases. Sometime, if you come to my place, you can see canvases. I'll do sketches. If somebody's sitting in front of me, I'll just do some sketch for them. And yeah, it keeps me busy. Now also I'm doing that in pandemic. Something or other you have to do.
You have a long list of achievements when it comes to your swimming career, having set the national record in the 50-meter backstroke event. But what would you consider to be your biggest accomplishment so far?
Well, yes, I have achieved a lot. Um, I have a lot of medals and everything. But right now, at this point of time, what I feel, the biggest achievement I can say is giving what I got, all the skills, what knowledge I have gathered from last so many years. Um, the training schedules, how I train, how I made myself, how I motivate myself, all these things, what I learned, I like to give it to my next generation. That's what, it's, that's my, I feel that's the biggest accomplishment. Right now, what I'm getting, I'm giving it back to my students. That's what I feel. And this is the this is the way you should be. I mean, you should not hold on your things. If I have something, some good knowledge with me, and I feel I'm giving it to my student, it feels the best, and that's the best accomplishment I feel right now at this point of time.
Absolutely. We all do have a lot to learn from you, from your journey, from your experiences, right?
Correct. Otherwise,
So,
it's no point, if you've achieved so much and if you keep it to yourself, it's not no point. I believe that whatever I have achieved, if I give it to somebody else, there'll be another Fariha Zaman then, isn't it?
absolutely. So, can you tell us about your journey after Commonwealth? Like, what did you learn from it? What was the most important lesson that you could extract from that? And did it open um, another path of opportunities to you?
Right. I can say, every competition, not only Commonwealth Games, it can be a district swim meet or a small state meet. Anywhere I go for swimming, I learn something. I in Commonwealth Games, yes, I had an aim to participate there, and that pushed me to the next level. Again, it was like I have to do something better. My timing should be improved. So every mistake I make, uh, I I point it down and then I work towards it for the next event. So Commonwealth game was another push for me, like normal other nationals or state meet. So I learned from my mistake and I go ahead and work on it and improve my timing next time. And yes, of course, I got so many opportunities after that. I was being given sponsorship and I was being offered government jobs. Yeah, there will be exposure if you reach to that level. And it's up to you how you go ahead in life. And I was more focused on training and swimming. So this sponsorship helped me in the next like we have to go through a lot of diet plans and even sometime we need to take help from psychologist and consult, and then gymming, a lot of other things helped me after Commonwealth Games. Like,
So you did mention that you found swimming at a young age. So the passion and the fascination started from there. And there are a lot of students who struggle to juggle good academics and a promising sports career along with good mental health in today's generation. So, having discovered your passion for swimming in your earlier years, how did you overcome this problem? And do you have any advice for our aspiring sports persons who may be going through a similar situation?
right, definitely. um, Everybody, as I told you before, that you have to sacrifice a lot for yourself, and to reach to a level you have to uh, have that focus in you, that you have to do something in life, you have to have that aim. um, for me, academic was smooth journey, because why, used to be in the pool for 8 hours, and rest of the time I am just focusing on my uh, physical and mental being. um, that way, your mind is fresh, and whenever you study, even if you study for half an hour or 1 hour, you grab everything easily. So till now I've never been like in a level where I cried, oh, why I got less mark in this or anything. I got pretty good marks, average mark, and I never disappointed anyone in my family. So it was easy journey for me in academics. I think it's easy for every sports person. And mental being, you need someone to talk about. You will go through ups and downs. So many people now, right now in this generation also, not only sports person, in other academics, uh, other things, you may face a lot of issue in mental being. So you need someone to talk to. I had life coach, and life coach used to help me, and I used to talk about my problems, and I used to let it out. This is how it helped me, and this is how it helped me, and it made me go ahead. Otherwise, one point of time you just feel like giving up. It's not only me, even Michael Phelps also will say the same. They have gone through a lot of other issues in life, and when you reach to one level, you will have that kind of problems, but you need to overcome it. You need to put that back behind, and then move forward in life. You need someone to talk to, and I was very lucky enough to have good people, and my life coach was really good, so I could open up and talk about
It's a good thing that this podcast is being recorded and going out to all the students of our school, and maybe more will see it. And I think this piece of advice is very important, that you need to learn to let it out. You need to have someone to talk to, right?
it. Correct.
Absolutely. So, when you started out as a swimmer, had you seen back then and now, of course, you have evolved as a person, but had you seen any drastic changes within yourself as a person and as a sportsman? And what qualities do you encourage in young athletes so that they can go on to become a better professional?
Okay, so as a sportsman, and I have seen a lot of difference in me. Like I started adapting my life, the lifestyle I had um, in when I was training. A sports person will not have time for other things. So that way I could see the changes in me, and I was adapting to that world and that lifestyle. Afterwards, when you come out of that, you see the real world. But I was in that circle of sports, swimming and water. That's all. um, that's all I can say. And what I can say is, like, for the next for the people, right, let me tell you another exercise I went through. um, a very close family member of mine have told me, have given me an exercise. They asked me to, they blindfolded me, and they told me to do an exercise where I have to take a ball from one corner to the other side and throw it in the dustbin. They blindfolded me and they told me, go walk towards the dustbin and throw that ball. So many people guided me. They told me, left, right, go ahead. There's obstacles on this. I did the exercise for 45 seconds. Like in 45 seconds, I finished that exercise. But when next he told me the same exercise you do without the blindfold. So I removed it. Nobody helped me. I just went and threw it. In 2 seconds, I finished that exercise. So this is something what I learned. If you have a vision in life, if you know what you're doing in life, like um, I want to do this in my life, it's easy. And if you are blindfolded, you don't know, you don't have a focus, you don't have a vision in life, and you're just going forward, even if there's no obstacle in your life, you'll feel there is obstacle in your life. So that's what I want to tell you, everyone. We should all have a vision in life, then we can accomplish that. And that's how I did it. I used to put down on the wall that I want to do this timings in my life. This is what I want to perform, and the vision is very important.
I think a lot of people needed to hear that answer, that having a vision in life, having an actual goal is what can ensure success and happiness throughout. And with that, we wrap up
Correct.
our first episode of the season 2 Sheroes podcast with the one and only Fariha Zaman. We're sure your stories and journey has
Thank
inspired many young girls from GMA to have the confidence to face and overcome the obstacles that may come their way, just as you did. Thank you so much for giving us the opportunity to hear your story. And thank you
You're
to all who.
welcome. And I always want to say that if you're going through ups and downs in life, and if you have dedicated to something and you have vision in life, um, you should do everything, but have fun also. If you're not enjoying the thing, then don't do it. You should have fun, dedicate yourself, and go ahead in life.
Absolutely. So we have learned a lot just as interviewers for you from this podcast. We too have learned a lot from you just in this 30 minutes. Um, so for me, as a sports person, as a student, I think one thing that I'd really want to learn from you, and I think I would want Ashika to say something like this as well. One thing that I really wanted to pick out from this interview is that I think for this generation, one thing is very important because we have a lot of distractions in life. We have our gadgets, we have friends, we have, there's good company, there's bad company. We're influenced by a lot of things. That's one of the main reasons why we speak about weak mental health, right? So I think from you, what I would learn from this is that it's important to have a vision and wake up every day with a purpose. Every little experience that comes your way is an opportunity depending on what you extract from it.
That's right. See, and nobody wants to wake up every morning and go for swim or a practice session. It will be a lie if somebody says I want to get up every morning and go to train. Even sometimes it's a challenge for me. So you need to have that in you, that you want to do it. And as I said, challenges will be there. We have to overcome it. And at this point, gadget and all that, definitely this time you need to back it up if you have a vision. That's that three things: determination, passion, and vision. And along with that, have fun.
I'm sure everyone must have picked up on all the life lessons that you have given us in such a short amount of time. Thank you so much for joining us today. And thank you to everyone watching.
Thank you so much.